Welcome back to the channel Future Millionaires. My name is Demetress Fairman. So we have another reaction video today, and the video that we're going to react to is called Millionaires versus Minimum Wage. Did you earn your money? This video was produced and made by Jubilee. You guys can check out their channel. They do awesome comparison based videos. Let's just jump right into the video. Graham Stefan. Yeah man, Graham, let me start the reactions and Graham make a financial thing on YouTube. Make it nice, so respect to Graham.
Hi, my name is Tim. I'm a community organizer here in LA. I work on environmental justice, social justice, housing justice, and incarceral state issues.
My name is Christiana Hurt. I'm the owner of the seven-figure brand Wealthy College Kid, and I'm 24 years old.
My name is Graham. I'm a real estate agent, real estate investor, and YouTuber.
My name is Beatrice. I am 21 and I am a Target worker.
My name is Brett Knutson. I am an entrepreneur and an investor.
My name is Tiara Lucky and I am a minimum wage worker. I just hustle, do Instacart, and I'm also an actress.
I worked for everything I earned.
So I grew up with two parents that were basically paycheck to paycheck, and none of them had any extra money. It was by seeing my parents struggle like that that I really realized the value of money. So I basically poured everything I had into my work. There were years, I would say 4 years, that I didn't have any friends. From 18 to 22, it was just me. And I was working from probably 8 a.m. until midnight, working as a real estate agent.
And you know, when you hear this saying, I work for everything that I earn, you know, people generally think it's you have to work into a long job and you have to sacrifice hours. But with this scenario, with him working for himself as a real estate agent, him sacrifice social life, him sacrifice quality time for himself, like everything was placed towards the goal of earning as much as possible. I guess at a young age, well, his young age, he realized what he wanted in life. So most of the times when people work for everything they own, they generally have to sacrifice a lot of other things.
There's a lot of labor and communal effort that goes into getting all of us here that we don't get paid for, that other people don't get paid for. The examples that you two gave are perfect, actually. You both earn your money by extracting value from capital transactions. You know, you are not building the house you're selling. You're not out there working like in a slave mine pulling.
That don't make no sense. Because it's not my fault that the market or society deems something of more value. Not because I'm not building the house or putting in the hard labor doesn't mean that I can profit from it. Yeah, the developer profit a lot of money, but it's not my fault that society deems, for instance, a real estate agent to get certain commission. It's not like you get a big commission off of one house. Him have to sell multiple houses. Him still have to put in the effort. Him still have to go days, months, maybe a year without even selling a house. So you can't really look for something and then say, not because you're not doing the maximum work, building it from the ground up, then that means you can't profit from it. Like the guy will build the house, and him build the block, and him build the board, and him make the tree. I don't know what I try to say still, but me hear him out.
We have to re-understand what it means to earn money and how we all interact to do that.
How would you address based off extracting value if you start a company from the ground and then you build it into a multi-million-dollar company?
But no one does that because there's investors and stuff that come in too.
Yeah, but that don't make any sense. That logic don't make any sense. In this world, it's not who worked the hardest get the most money. It's who worked the smartest. It's not what you can do, but it's what you do and how valuable the action of what you do is. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
Not always.
Most of the time. I mean, you have to get capital from somewhere.
I have raised money before.
Yeah.
But I've also started companies that I didn't raise money for.
And nothing is wrong with raising capital. If your idea good and other people like your idea, then they buy into your idea. You do the hard work of coming up with the idea and you being brave enough to execute it. Nothing wrong to get help.
I have felt judged for my income level.
I think it's part of general society. We are always judging each other. Having used SNAP points before, like standing in a grocery store, using the card that I've gotten for the government to pay for food and feeling the people behind me thinking that's something that you haven't earned or gotten.
Has somebody ever asked you to use your Snap on them?
I mean, I have. Generally, there's not that much to go around.
It's the same mentality when it's $1 versus Snap. Somebody could still ask me to share. Well, you get it. Why can't you help me out?
I didn't step forward because me personally, I surround myself with people that just like, what's in my bank account just doesn't matter to the people that are around me. I do think a lot of judgment towards how much you make reflects on like your dating experience. That I do feel.
See, I've never had that because I'm so.
As a man, there are certain things that matter in life. Your income, your looks don't matter. So your income, whether it be legal or illegal, because some people don't care. So at the end of the day, your income matter as a man. Yeah, that's about it in certain circumstances. Like the world sees you for what you can give them as a man. So of course men feel judged by their income. And most of the times we are judged when our income is small, or it's judged based off of the type of job we do. So we are then stressed to the point to try to maximize as much income as possible because we are seen as the breadwinners of the household. Now with things changing and women having the opportunity to get jobs that pay as well as the jobs that men have, then it is not so burdensome for the men, but it is still looked down on society when a man doesn't earn as much. A man should always earn a lot of money according to society.
Frugal. If there are girls that are out there who want me for my money, like they should know I'm probably like the cheapest person out there. I literally will wait like 9 p.m. for happy hour to start just so I get the happy hour menu. And something. So I would be like the last person any sort of like gold digger would want.
Yeah. I find myself in situations with these boys that have no job, no nothing. And I end up taking on these charity cases of relationships. Oh, why don't you put him on or build him up? And it's like, you can't build.
Yeah, it's not Build-A-Bear.
I mean, you can. I mean, I've met guys I've dated that, you know, go on to have successful businesses from my input. And, you know, you want to date somebody.
That's why not everybody you have to let into your life, and it's not everybody you should let know your business, because then some people will try to use you or use you as a meal ticket. Like for her, for instance, so she build people and people actually become successful, but then she try build other people and then they only use her for her money.
Anyone can become rich if you work hard enough.
I feel like a lot of it comes down to mindset first and really having the belief that you can do that. I know for me, one of my biggest concerns was I didn't have any skills whatsoever and I didn't get into college. I have like a 2.0 GPA in high school. Like it was terrible. I had such bad grades, but I really turned that into a positive, and I really believe this actually happened for a reason, because now I could pursue something else, which was real estate, because that didn't require a college degree. And looking back now, that was the best thing that had ever happened.
That's like a really sticky situation with anyone can become like rich, and because I don't think that's completely true. A lot of people can if they have like connections and stuff, you know, but I feel like sometimes people like they work 2 jobs, or sometimes they have other things going on. They have to pay their needs first. They don't always have like money for that, you know? Because like my dad, he's like a landscape worker. He has tried making his own company and it doesn't always like work out. He has tried hard, it doesn't work. That's why I think it's like you have to have connects, you know? That's why.
Do you mind if I interject?
Yeah.
Before Graham says anything, let me just talk first. It's like, I believe that everybody has the opportunity. So I'm not going to say everybody can, but everybody has the opportunity. Let us talk about taking school out of the scenario. Let us talk about hard work and thinking smart. So let me look on the point of view of a salesperson. A lot of people will look at sales and think that, oh, you don't need a degree to be in sales and you don't get enough money. But the thing is, your income doesn't have a ceiling level when you're in sales. You make as much as you sell. So looking at it that way, you can work hard and really climb up the ladder. Now within that sales position, you can go around and meet people, talk to other salespeople and say, yo, who are your high clients? Like which clients pay the most money? Go around, learn, take risk. Then these are the things that are associated with you becoming rich or becoming a millionaire. Is how able are you to take risk, or what is your risk appetite? Just like with investing or trading. I hope the rambling help with things straight, or I can actually understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, in terms of building connections, I didn't have any connections either when it comes to working in real estate. And what I did to make the connections is I went to open houses every single Sunday for months. And I probably met at least 50 or 60 real estate agents. And it was through that I met one agent who was really gracious enough to say, if you want to come work underneath me, I'm happy to do that. And it was really that connection, which like you mentioned, connection, that I met that person through just really kind of putting myself out there to meet people.
There's a lot of institutional and systemic barriers that we aren't really talking about. If you walk into like a Beverly Hills $5 million house not speaking English, they're probably not going to give you the like hookup. We don't tend to move within circles where those connections cross economic and socioeconomic lines. But even beyond that, I want to say like you took a big risk and your risk paid off. But what if your risk hadn't paid off? And that's for a lot of people who do try and start their own businesses, try and start their own YouTube.
But that's a part of the whole process. Your risk doesn't have to pay off. Graham could have gone to that Beverly Hills mansion and then run him, or the real estate agent wouldn't even look at him and take him up and say, I'm going to train you. Those are risks involved in the process. So you can't look at it and say, oh, the Spanish guy went into the Beverly Hills mansion and nobody didn't. Of course, nobody will give him no time on the day because they don't speak Spanish either. Go to where you can make baby steps. Maybe you can find a next Spanish contractor who's at a higher level than him. Work with him, learn with him, and learn how to get clients that he gets. Like, you can't play the same ball game everywhere you go. That's why every football team have a different mentality and have different tactics. You have to learn how to adapt and move with the era that you are in, or just life.
I'm almost worried it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, though. If you go in it fearing, oh, what am I going to fail, and that becomes your main focus, I think more people are less likely to take risks actually needed to succeed because they're more focused on not failing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think your beliefs create the level of action you take, and the level of action you take determines your results, and it is cyclical.
I am not obligated to give to the less fortunate.
What do you think about that question there? You just comment down below. Do you think you're not obligated to give to the less fortunate, or let me hear what you think in the comment section below. My point of view is that giving don't have to necessarily involve money. It can be that I teach them my skill. It can be that I have seminars, I have talk at church for youth weekend and show them or teach them the process. It can be that me, if I am rich one day, people can see my YouTube channel and say, oh, that is where he came from. So I'm giving back, I am sharing my knowledge. So I don't have to be money. And if you have certain amount of money, nothing is wrong with giving back sometimes, just that you're not obligated.
So the reason I stood up on this one is one of the missions in my organizing is getting away from this kind of notion that we have that charity or philanthropy is the way in which we solve social problems. At the same time, like, I still give people money when I have extra change in my pocket, so I don't want to seem like I'm totally opposed to it.
I agree with that.
This is the only time I agree with Tim. Yes, money doesn't have to be the only philanthropic initiative that you guys can do. So you're not obligated to give, and it won't solve that problem, because if Jeff Bezos get up tomorrow and say, yo, I donate $1 billion to everybody on planet Earth, some of them will go broke the next day because they don't know the key principles of money management. Some of them will end up back poor, same time, even more poor, because now they will have the big house and the expensive car, and they will in a massive amount of debt.
Given people money and not gotten it back. I've given people money and they've wasted it on drugs. Why did I even give you the money to begin with if you weren't going to use it to better yourself? Is it my job to make sure that you're not going hungry? No, we have plenty of organizations that will make sure that you're eating, make sure that you have a roof over your head. Yeah. It doesn't have to fall on my shoulders, per se.
I feel like when you say, are you obligated to give to the unfortunate, it's always the mindset of like money. Well, guess what? I have no money currently to give. But I have like my morality, I have my goodness about me,
Exactly, valid point. She can share her personality, she can share her feelings, she can try to uplift people through being happy. That's what she'll say.
I don't always donate with money. Sometimes I'll go and I'll fill bags of food for kids that are starving, you know what I mean? So It doesn't always have to be money. Like, I don't think it's our responsibility to give money based off of what we think the person's gonna do with it. Like, that's on them if they choose to use it wrongly. It's our responsibility just to be generous.
I am not afraid to spoil myself.
I could see how them answer here, so. Because it depends on what you classify as spoil.
I personally do spoil myself. I work hard to be able to go into a store and get something for myself. I bought a $4,000 hairless cat.
What? A $4,000 hairless cat? What purpose that cat they serve? Just for walk up and down in your house and just look like an art piece? But to me, if I should have a pet, it has to have a reason. You protect my house, yeah, something along the lines. But just to have him as a statement piece, a hairless cat, hairless puss, no, that's not.
You know, when you're in middle school and everybody's hitting puberty and getting taller and boobs, and I didn't get any boobs. What did I do when I started making money? I went and bought boobs.
Yo, she's not afraid to spend the money for herself at all. She said, I see it, I want it, I go, I got it. Yo, if I saw the Ariana song go, I don't know. But she really has spent money for herself. And she don't care. But if you have the income that can sustain those gifts or sustain that spoiling thing that you want for yourself, then do it.
Like, that's what I wanted. And, you know, there's the controversy of like, you're gonna die from your implants. Like, I'll die a D cup and have no problem with it.
So I rarely ever treat myself. I basically keep my spending at the same as when I was like, 19 or 21. No matter how much money I make, I spend the exact same amount. For instance, this sounds crazy, but when I was like 17, I wanted a Lamborghini. And there was nothing I wanted more. I want to be that guy, 18 years old and pull up with a Lambo. Like, that was my dream. But when I actually got the money to go and buy the car, all of a sudden I realized, like, wait a second, that's stupid. I'm not going to get the car. I'm going to invest it in real estate instead. But then I'm going to wait, and then I'm going to get the Lamborghini. And then you save up even more, and then you realize, wait, the Lambo is still stupid. Let me go and invest it. And even now, like, the chase and ambition of getting something is way more fun and enjoyable than actually getting that thing.
So you have two types of rich people. You have the rich people who got rich in order to get anything that they want, no questions asked, money is not the problem. Then you have the people who get rich and they continue to get even richer because the thrill and the drive of making more money is like a game to them. So it's not necessarily what they can own, but how much they can acquire.
I wish I had more money.
Let's face it, everybody can do it a little bit more money, no matter how rich you be.
For me, I think it's always a comfort thing knowing that I have a little bit more saved up or invested. And I think it could just be a psychological thing that no matter how much money I have, it's always psychologically never going to be enough because that becomes your new normal. So I think you're always chasing that.
See, I want more money so that I can pay off like my debt and travel.
Yeah.
And like help some family members, and that's it.
I think for me, if I'm honest with myself, it's getting further away from how broke I was because I'm scared of that ever happening again. There's no end because of that.
So, of course, everyone could always use more money. Like, I've met billionaires who could definitely say that they would want more money, but more, I want to see a society in which the money that we have doesn't determine all of our possibilities. Because it seems like when we talk about solving problems, it comes back to money. My utopian vision is like a society where money really doesn't matter.
You know why that kind of hard to have a society without money or without an exchange of value? Because somebody will always need something that somebody else have. There is always going to be a system where trade is needed. You're gonna have a farmer who plants strawberry, you're gonna have somebody who raise chicken, and the person who raised chicken tired of chicken and they want to have strawberries. But what is going to be the trade value that is agreed upon? One strawberry will worth one whole chicken, or one chicken leg will worth one strawberry? So to go through all of that confusion and all of that mishap, then that is where a unit of exchange comes about, because then they're going to know that this one unit is worth this much of chicken and this one unit is also worth this much of strawberries. So that's how come we come to an agreed exchange, which is money. So we can talk all we want about money not going to be involved in a perfect utopian, but I feel like a unit of trade, money is going, our exchange is going to be there regardless of what you can do.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't know.
I'll tell you all about credit card churn.
Millionaire versus minimum wage. I love the video. I love that it gives you both point of views and they can agree and just have a sense of a discussion without any war or any malice against each other. I really want to do a video like this. I want to have some people, like 3 people on the minimum wage scale and then 3 high earners in Jamaica. I want to execute this video. Nobody don't steal my idea. So if anybody do it, I'll copy it from me. But if you want to see how this young lady makes $378,000 US per year on Fiverr, then you can just watch this video right up here. Head on over, click the link, watch it, and we meeting over there soon.